Hey there, Jon Chorba here from ReallyEasyGuitarLessons.com, and in this video lesson I am going to show you how to play Rumble by Link Wray and his Wray Men. So I remember a few years ago one of my older students asked to learn the song. He said, I wanted to learn how to play Rumble. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is. And then I listened to the song and I go, oh, that's the song from the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, right? I grew up in the 90s watching Pulp Fiction, and this song and that soundtrack was very popular and kind of stuck in my brain. And so when I heard the song, the first thing I thought of was Pulp Fiction. But I digress. This is a really great song for the beginner guitar player because really it's just got a few chords in it. The chord changes are really easy to make, and it's a nice slow tempo. I'm going to walk through this is a full tutorial, so I'm going to walk through the electric guitar parts in the song, which again, really simple, straightforward chords, easy to change. There's one part in the bridge that could be a little fast, but I think it's doable. I think it's totally doable even if you're on the newer side. And I'm also going to walk through the acoustic guitar parts in the song, which pretty much are the same as the electric guitar parts with some small little variations. So let's jump in and get started learning Rumble. All right, let's go over the chords used in the song. So we just got a few of them. One, we're going to do a D over A, which is the open A string, the open D string. Put your first finger on the second fret of the G string, and then use your ring finger on the third fret of the B string. Okay, and then you're gonna play from the A string down, and then the next chord you have is an E. Open E string, second fret A, second fret D, first fret G, open B, open E. And then you're also going to do an A, which I'm going to do it like this. You could also, scrunch all your fingers in if you want to. Open A string, second fret of the D, second fret of the G, second fret of the B. I'm using one finger on those three notes on the second fret. Again, you could use three fingers if you want to, but I'm going to do it this way. And the last chord we have is a B7, middle finger on the second fret of the A string, index on the first fret of the D, ring finger on the second fret of the G, open B, and then take your pinky and put it on the second fret of the E. And you play from the A string down. Okay? So all the chords in the song, D over A, E, A, B7. All right, so I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to just play along with the drum and bass track that I have here. There's really just, two parts to the song. There's a verse and a bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the verse. I'll play it, and then I will break down how you play it. So let's break that down. So essentially all you're doing is you're strumming that D over A chord twice and then changing to another chord. All right, the first time you do D over A twice, change to E. And then you do that again. On the third time, you change it. Instead of going to the E, you go to an A. Then the next time you go back to E. And then you're going to do again that D over A twice, and then you're going to go to a B7. And with the B7, instead of just strumming it, you kind of more pick it. I pick the first three strings and then strum the chord. And then we have our fill, which goes right? It's actually just walking down the E minor pentatonic scale. But if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You don't need to. You're doing 3 of the E string, and I would do that with a downstroke. And then you're doing the open E string, and I would do that with an upstroke. And then you do the same thing on the B string, 3 with a downstroke, open B with an upstroke. Now you're gonna go to the 2nd fret of the G, again, downstroke on that note, open G string, upstroke, 2nd fret of the D, downstroke, open D, upstroke, 2nd fret of the A, downstroke, open A, upstroke, and then 3rd fret of the E, I'm using my middle finger on that note, a little slight bend, you're doing a downstroke on it, a little slight bend, and then a little E power chord. That's just the open E string and the 2nd fret of the A string. Okay. And those are all triplets. Okay. So if you want to take it in little 3-note chunks, you want to make sure you have this triplet feel, this 3-note per beat feel. Okay, and so that's the again main chunk of the song. It's the main progression. The chords, right, where you're playing them, that D over A, that's happening on beat 3. So you strum it on beats 3, beat 4, and then E last 6 beats. So it's like 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now here, what's interesting is that B7 isn't. It's 6 total beats, but it's a measure of 6/4. So that's the way you just think about it. Is you're doing it for 6 total beats. It's just not. It's not a measure of 4/4. You don't really need to get into the weeds of the music theory of it. Just know that it lasts for 6 total beats, and then you go to your fill. Okay, and that is your main verse progression. All right, and then you repeat that for the 2nd verse. The only thing that is different is at the end of it, after you do that fill. Again, you hang on that E for 6 total beats. And then you're going to move into this bridge piece. Let me demonstrate the bridge, and then I'll break it down. All right, so again, this is pretty tricky because your right hand's moving pretty fast and it could be tough to keep up. But the idea is you're gonna bar the 11th fret of the B and the E string and then use your middle finger on the G string of the 12th fret. So your index finger's holding down 2 strings, middle finger is on the 12th fret, and as soon as you play that, you're gonna slide it up 1 fret. So now this is on 13 and this is on 12. And then here with your right hand, you're doing this down up strumming. And then you're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, for 4 measures until it comes back to an A chord. Okay, so yeah, it's tricky to stay consistent with that. You might drop your pick, you might lose your pick, and you might be a little uneven. That's pretty tricky, especially if you're on the newer side of stuff. But take your time with it. Again, you're doing that for 4 measures, and then it goes back to an A chord, and then to finish it up, you do your D over A to E, and then you do your D over A to B7, and then your fill. Okay, and then you're into your third verse pattern, which is the same as the other ones, and then that's the song. So the whole structure of the song is just your verse again for verse 2, then you have your bridge, and then you have your third verse, and that's the whole thing. All right, for the acoustic guitar part, it's the same chords, D over A, E, A, and B7, okay? Same chords, and they're appearing really in the same spot. It's just now with the acoustic guitar part, you're actually gonna strum quarter notes, all downstrokes, all on the beat. Let me just start with the verse progression, and I'll play along with it. So this one, it's gonna actually come in on the E chord. Okay, so for this, right, still you have your D to A to E. Again, when the song starts, the electric guitar kind of kicks everything off, so the band comes in, the acoustic guitar comes in on that E, and I'm just doing down strums, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, back to the D over A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then it goes to the A here. And this time, the B7. And now the B7 is not going to last for just 6. It's going to actually last for 10 total strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where the electric guitar does the fill, and you just stay on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to E. All right, back to E, and then that kicks off the next verse. Okay, so that's your verse pattern, and then over the bridge, very simple. You just stay on your E for 1, 2, 3, 4 measures while the electric guitar is doing the crazy, triplet thing. Just staying on E for 4 measures. Then to A. Back to the riff. The B7, here's the fill, and then to E. So that's it, okay? So your structure is the same. You have your verse pattern, which you do twice, and then you've got your bridge, which again, you're just doing E for 4 measures, and then you switch to A, and you switch back to your riff, and then you're into your third verse, and then that's the whole song. All right, so like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a pretty straightforward song for the beginner guitar player. Just a couple of chords, pretty easy to change between them. Obviously, that one little spot in the bridge will give you some trouble if you're on the newer side of things. I definitely expect you to drop your pick at least once or twice. If anything wasn't clear, if you have any questions on anything, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'd be happy to answer any questions or clear up any confusion on anything that I went over in the lesson. But again, it's pretty straightforward. Just go through it nice and slow. Make sure you know how to play the chords. focus on any chord changing. If it gives you problems going maybe from the, the D to the B7, I know could give, somebody some problems. So focus on any chord changes that are, really difficult. And then try to play along with the song to kind of build up your timing and your sense of rhythm. So that's it for this video lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.